Hello everyone, this is Deepak Singhal. I welcome you all to the channel of Vidya Guru. So in this series of current affairs, I'll be talking about some of the important topics of January. But if you guys are listening me for the first time, then it's just a request to kindly subscribe and like this video and also share it with your friends who are also preparing for the same examination as you guys are. Because we all know that in the government services, current affairs, they play a very crucial role for your success. And we ensure here at the platform of Vidya Guru that nothing is left behind. So in this series of current affairs, I'll be talking about China, then Mr. Pankaj Kumar Singh, who has been recently appointed as a Deputy NSA, National Security Advisor, the 21st edition of bilateral naval exercise, that is Varuna, and much more. So without causing delay, let's discuss the very first news. Retired DG of BSF, Mr. Pankaj Kumar Singh, has been appointed the Deputy NSA. First of all, who is NSA? What is the role of National Security Advisor? Generally, this is that person who advises the government on key aspects of security and national, I would say, on key aspects of national security. He advises or she advises the government on actions that should be taken in order to ensure the security, integrity, and sovereignty of the nation. So, retired Director General of BSF, Pankaj Kumar Singh, has been appointed as the Deputy NSA on 17th January and in the National Security Council Secretariat, that too for the period of 2 years. If you look at what is the whole background of Pankaj Kumar Singh, he's a 1988 batch IPS officer of Rajasthan cadre, and he has been appointed on the re-employment contract. He had retired as a BSF chief in the very previous year on 31st of December. So he has been reappointed. Then we have, this is Mr. Pankaj Kumar Singh, and he is Mr. Ajit Doval, who is the current National Security Advisor. China's population has dropped for the first time since 1961. Though according to some experts, the major reason behind China's population, like the drop of China's population since 1961 is the policies of China, and secondly, the COVID wave through which the China is currently undergoing. So the biggest decline in the population of China has been recorded since 1961, and the negative population growth has now started. The death toll in China is now more than the number of children who are born, means the death rate is higher than the birth rate. And if the death rate is higher than the birth rate, then the indications are very clear. Then the population of China is going down drastically. According to the China's National Bureau of Statistics, China's population declined by roughly 850,000 to around 1.41 billion at the end of 2022. In China, 9.56 million people were born in the year 2022, while 10.41 million people died. Behind this means the background of this death means, according to some experts, the major cause is because of the COVID-19 wave and the ineffectiveness of the China's vaccination towards it. But my dear, these are just the numbers which has been given by the National Bureau of Statistics of China. According to some experts, the real data is actually much more higher, because China never ever gives I would say some evidences of what is the real state of population in China right now. The China's birth rate last year was just 6.77 birth per 1,000 people, and it has been it was around 7.52 birth per 1,000 in 2021. So it is also decreasing, and 6.77 is the lowest ever rate of birth. Then we have the impact of one child policy, which underwent in China. It was proclaimed for the first time in the year 1980, though it was abandoned in 2015 because of the constant decline of the population of China. Additionally, the higher education in China is very expensive, which has prohibited many Chinese people from having more than one child. The fundamental reason why women do not want children is the failure of society and the men to take the responsibility for the raising children. The China's strict zero COVID policies that were in force for 3 years have further damaged the country's demographic outlook. The local governments have introduced measures to encourage people to have more children from 2021, including some tax cuts, longer maternity leave, housing subsidies, but the state of China's population is not improving. Then we have the Viacom 18. It is very much important to note here that very soon we guys will be having the WIPL, means the Women IPL, and the Viacom 18 has acquired the media rights of Women's Indian Premier League, which is going to start in the month of March to April 2023. BCCI Secretary Mr. Jaisha, he tweeted that the Viacom 18 has acquired the media rights. The Viacom 18 has bought the media right of the Women IPL for 5 years from 2023 up till 27 for 951 crore. Viacom 18 gets this deal for the next 5 years at rupees 7.09 crore per match, which is quite attractive because the per match price of PSL, Pakistan Super League, organized by Pakistan, is 2.44 crore. And here it is 7.09. Can you see the difference? This is how the Women IPL is going to look like. Then we have the 21st edition of bilateral naval exercise Varuna to be held this year. On 16 January 2023, the 21st edition of the bilateral naval exercise Varuna between India and France began off the Western Seaboard. The exercise will be conducted for 5 days from 16th to 20th January 2023, whereas the current edition of the exercise will involve Indian Navy's indigenous guided missile stealth destroyer ship INS Chennai and guided missile frigate INS Teg Nauka, maritime patrol aircraft P-81 and Dornier, integral helicopters and MiG-29, whereas the French Navy will be represented by the aircraft carriers like the Charles de Gaulle, FS Forbin, Provence Yacht, support ship FS Marne, and maritime patrol aircraft Atlantic. The bilateral exercise between the navies of India and France was started in the year 1993. It was named Varuna in the year 2001. Now you guys have to comment in the comment section that what do you understand by Varuna? And is there anything that we have borrowed for Indian Navy related to this word Varuna? Can you think something? Like, can you think of something of Indian Navy which is attached to this word Varuna? If you know it, kindly comment in the comment section. And guys, if you have not subscribed the channel, kindly do it. If you like the video, if you like the content which is being shared by me, kindly like it and also share it with all the friends who are preparing for the same government examination like you guys are doing. It would be a great help for me, for my channel to grow. And yes, secondly, if you want to give any suggestions, then all of your suggestions are welcome. Garuda Air, November 2022 at Air Force Station Jodhpur, and Shakti, the 6th edition of the biennial training exercise, which held between November 15 to 26, 2021 in France. Then we have the Kollam. Kollam becomes the first constitution literate district in India. In a remarkable achievement, Kerala's Kollam district has become the first constitution literate district in the country. And this was announced on January 15 by Kerala Chief Minister Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan at a function presided over by the Finance Minister K.N. Balgopal in Kollam. What do you understand by the Citizen Constitution Literacy Campaign? It is again very much important for the examination. My dear, this campaign was launched to educate the residents of Kollam, district of Kerala, about the basics of Constitution. Under this campaign, more than 7 lakh families of the district are being educated on the basic principles of Constitution. And as a part of the campaign, entire population of Kollam, that too above the age of 10 years, was informed about the Preamble of Constitution, which is the summary of Constitution, and the historical background of the document, its basic principles, fundamental rights of citizens, and some legal remedies. So under the campaign, about 20 to 25 persons from each municipality and 10 to 15 persons from each Gram Panchayat are selected for training and are called senators. So it is very, very important program in order to literate the people about the basics of Constitution. And I think the theme is also great. So if it has become already successful in Kollam, then why don't we start such a campaign or a nationwide. So Kollam district of Kerala has once again given us the inspiration to literate India completely. And if we guys are able to achieve at least 95% of literacy by the end 2037, then it would be a great star. I would say it would just add one more star to the glory of our country. Then we have UN. United Nations declares Pakistan-based Abdul Rahman Makki a global terrorist. If you guys remember something about Hafiz Sayyid, then you must be getting this point that it took India almost 10 years in order to declare Mr. Hafiz Sayyid as the global terrorist. Whereas as far as Mr. Abdul Rahman Makki is concerned, it took just 7 months to declare this man as the global terrorist. What does it signify? It signifies the great diplomatic win of India at the global forum, which is called United Nations. So actually, what is the basic idea behind calling someone a global terrorist? Means if you say that, sir, this person is a global terrorist, then what is the use of it? My dear, if you call someone a global terrorist, it means that that person cannot travel to any country without visa, because the countries will not give that person any kind of visa. All the accounts, the properties that that person must be having in that particular country or around the world will be freezed. And even the present country in which that person must be residing, the government of that country will be, I would say, will have to impose some sanctions over him. So on January 17, this great diplomatic win came to India when United Nations Security Council listed Pakistan-based terrorist Abdul Rahman Makki as the global terrorist. He has been declared a global terrorist under United Nations Security Council, ISIL and Al-Qaeda Sanctions Committee. My dear, do remember about the committee, which is very, very important. The committee is, this is the only committee which declares anyone as a global terrorist. And this is called United Nations Security Council's 1267 Committee. In June 2022, India criticized China for blocking the resolution of sanctions under the Sanctions Committee, also known as United Nations Security Council 1267 Committee, because we know that every time India moved a resolution, every time India moved a proposal in United Nations Security Council, the China used to veto it. But this year, means what generally happened on 17th January, when the voting started, every member wanted this man to be declared a global terrorist. And only China was left on the aisle side. So when China thought that if I am the only one on the aisle side who is opposing Abdul Rahman Makki to be declared a global terrorist, then it would greatly tarnish my image. And already the sanctions are around the world. Already because of COVID-19 situation, the sentiments around the world are anti-China. And this Abdul Rahman Makki would make the world even more anti-China. And this is something which I can say that yes, India is rising diplomatically. Who is Abdul Rahman Makki? Makki is the brother-in-law of Lashkar-e-Taiba chief and 2611 mastermind Mr. Hafiz Sayyid. He heads the political affairs of Lashkar-e-Taiba, LET, and also plays a role in raising funds for this institution's operations. The US government even placed a reward of $2 million on Abdul Rahman Makki. And according to US State Department, in 2020, a Pakistani anti-terrorism code convicted Makki on terrorism financing count and sentenced him to prison. He is also a militant of Jamaat-ud-Dawa, JUD, and has been designated as a terrorist by India under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act of 1967. My dear, this act plays a very, very important role for the Indian Parliament. This can be a direct question in your examination, that which act the Indian Parliament uses if that Parliament wants to declare or designate someone as a terrorist. Then UAPA, Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967, is the one that he uses. Shah Rukh Khan, he is currently on the 4th list. The list is of richest actors in the world. And Shah Rukh Khan, he stands at number 4th. The list of world richest actor was released on Twitter account of World of Statistics, in which Indian actor Shah Rukh Khan has overtaken the Hollywood star Mr. Tom Cruise to become the world's richest actor. Shah Rukh Khan has also left behind Mr. Tom Cruise and Jackie Chan. Hollywood star Mr. Jackie Chan is at number 6 on the list with the earnings of $520 million. This is the complete data. Mr. Jerry, he stands at number 1, American. Mr. Tyler Perry, American, again number 2. Dan Johnson, again American, number 3. And then we have Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, Indian, at number 4th. Notification, next important current. It is about the notification for general elections to the legislative assemblies of Meghalaya, Nagaland, and Tripura will be happening in the year 2023. So this year we have the 3 elections, means which are just about to come: Meghalaya, Nagaland, and Tripura elections. The National Election Commission has prepared a schedule for holding the general elections of these 3 northeastern states. The Tripura Legislative Assembly general election schedule is this. The total assembly constituencies is 60. I'm talking about Tripura. And on 16th of February, the election will start, whereas the counting of votes will happen on 2nd of March. And the capital of Tripura is Agartala. Governor is Mr. Satyadev Narayan Arya, where the chief minister is Dr. Manik Shah Saha. General election schedule of Meghalaya and Nagaland, whereas the total assembly constituency in both the states is 60-60 only. And the election will be happening on 27th of February in both the states. And yes, the votes will be counted on 2nd of March for all these 3 states. If you talk about Meghalaya, then the governor is important, V.D. Mishra. And here for Nagaland, we have Professor Jagdish Mukhi. Then we have the next important current. It is talking about India, which announces 100 million Maldivian rupiah for community development projects in Maldives. So it is very, very important in order to understand the image of India that we actually behave very nicely with our neighbors. You know why? Because India it actually believes firmly on one stand that if your neighbor is alive, in whatever condition that is, might be the condition is distressful, stressful, or might be your neighbor is in a very happy state. If your neighbor is alive, is running its economy in whatever way it should be run, then it is good for India's interest. You know why? Suppose if Pakistan collapses in the future, which I think that it might collapse, and even according to some reports of America, some sources, that Pakistan is most likely to collapse by 2024. But if it happens, then you guys will ask me, sir, is it good for India? I cannot say that it is good for India. You know why? Because if Pakistan collapses, then the country will be overtaken by Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, which is a terrorist organization. And if the terrorist organization takes control of Pakistan, then it will never be good for India's interest, because we share border with Pakistan. And it is very, very important for India's interest that Pakistan should be there in a very happy state, not so happy, but in a stable state, which is not happening with Pakistan. So External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar arrived in Maldives on 18 January as a part of his 3-day visit to this Maldives and Sri Lanka. To strengthen the bilateral ties, India and Maldives signed an MOU on development projects and held talks with top leadership in the country. The agreement included the grant assistance of 100 million rupiah and high impact community development project, which is called HICDP. It is also called Maldives Islands, an independent island country in the north central Indian Ocean. The capital is Malé. President is Mr. Ibrahim Mohammed Soli. Official language is Divehi. Official religion is Islam, and the currency is called Maldivian rupiah. Then we have Miss Jacinda Ardern. My slide is not working. Yes, Mr. Jacinda Ardern announced her resignation as the Prime Minister of New Zealand. On 18 January 2023, Prime Minister of New Zealand Jacinda Ardern announced her resignation from her post at the annual meeting of her party. Prime Minister Jacinda will hold the post of Prime Minister till 7th of February and will resign after that. But it is very, very important to note here that when she became the Prime Minister in 2017, when she came to power, she became the world's youngest female head of state at the age of 37 when she came to power. New Zealand capital is Wellington, currency is New Zealand dollar. Prime Minister as of now is Miss Jacinda Ardern, and the president is Debbie Hockley. Then we have renowned Assami poet Nilamani Sukhand passes away at the age of 89 at Guwahati Medical College Hospital. Nilamani Sukhand was born on 10th of September 1933 in Dergaon, Assam, and he was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award in 1981 for his poetry collection Kabita. He was even conferred with the 56th Jnanpith Award 2022, and even the government of India honored this man with Padma Shri in 1990. Very, very, very important. This is the Assami poet, the renowned Assami poet Nilamani Sukhand. Then we have the Global Firepower Index. In 2023, it came, and according to this report of Global Firepower Report, Indian Army stands at number 4th in the world, whereas the other three are America, Russia, China, and we stand at number 4. It means that Indian Army is the 4th most powerful army in the world, and you guys will be very, very, very proud of. You guys will feel very proud of India, because we are not only going to become a superpower in the world. Means not our aspirations are up to that. We are actually aspiring to be a superpower, but we have already started the task. Earlier, we were the country, means we used to be a country who used to import the defense equipments heavily. And now we have become a nation who used to export them. For example, if you guys are not aware with this, recently we are in talks with Egypt, and we are going to sell some Pralay missile some Pralay missiles to Egypt. We are in talks with that because Egypt shows a great interest. Means Egypt thinks that Egypt will be able to crack a great defense deal with India as far as the Pralay missile system is concerned, and some of the Tejas aircraft and some helicopters with technology transfer. And why we are so much interested in signing a deal with Egypt? If you guys remember something, our foreign minister S. Jaishankar, he flew to Cyprus. Cyprus is that nation, that island, like I would say independent nation in the Mediterranean Sea, which is claimed by Turkey. And because Turkey claims it, and Egypt and Turkey, they are having some kind of the relations which are not so good nowadays. Because Turkey, when the Egypt was facing very hard time, the Turkey supported that, means supported those rebels in Egypt, because of which right now the government of Egypt is not in the support of Turkey. And why we are increasing some friendship ties with Egypt? Because Turkey is that country which used to speak over Kashmir issue over the global forum. So what are your views about that? Kindly write in the comment section. So as far as this global firepower index is concerned, my dear, 145 countries are ranked this year in this global firepower report. And the most powerful country in the world, according to this report, is US, followed by Russia, China, and at the 4th position, we have India. So these are the top 10 countries according to this Global Power Index 2023. Then we have Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir has become the first Indian Union territory to completely shift to e-governance mode. And the problem is why the Jammu and Kashmir had to shift to e-governance mode, because the government thought that if all the government administrative services, all the other services, they went digital in Jammu and Kashmir, then it would be of great help as far as the governance of this union territory is concerned. Because we know that, like, prior to August 2019, it used to be a special state. And it was only in 2019 when the complete state was divided into two union territories. One is Ladakh and the other one is the union territory of Jammu and Kashmir. So from approximate 50-60 years, Jammu and Kashmir has remained a sensitive territory for India. And it has become a duty for the Indian Army to control this territory because it is of strategic interest as far as our position as far as our position geographically is concerned. So Jammu and Kashmir has become the first union territory to completely go digital. Presently, all the government administrative services in Jammu and Kashmir are being provided digitally only. And Jammu and Kashmir is emerging as a model of digital governance in the country with transparent and accountable governance system. Then we have Jammu and Kashmir. It was a state till August 2019. It was bifurcated into two union territories on 31st of August. And the capital of Jammu and Kashmir is Srinagar for the months May to October. And then Jammu for the months November to April. Lieutenant Governor is Mr. Manoj Sinha. Currently, Legislative Council is having 36 seats and the Assembly is having 89 seats. Then we have the 18th Rising Day of the National Disaster Response Force, NDRF, which is celebrated every year on 19th of January. The Director Generals of NDRF is Mr. Atul Karwal, and the headquarters is in New Delhi, and it was formed in 2006. This is NDRF, and this is the last news for today. And if you have still not subscribed the channel, then guys, kindly do it because you forget it. And if you have not liked the video, kindly like it also. I need your support. Shubman Gill becomes the 5th Indian to score the double centuries in ODIs against New Zealand. That was played recently. What an inning, Mr. Shubman Gill. He has become the 5th Indian to score a double century. In a match played at Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium in Hyderabad, Shubman Gill scored 208 runs in 149 balls with the help of 19 fours and 9 sixes. With Shubman Gill has become the youngest player in the world to score a double century also. He has also become the fastest Indian batsman to score 1,000 runs in just 19 innings. Shubman Gill has joined an exclusive club of 5 Indian batsmen who were able to score double century. That is Mr. Sachin Tendulkar, the legend, Virendra Sehwag, another legend, Rohit Sharma, Ishan Kishan, and now we have Shubman Gill. Sachin Tendulkar was the first Indian batsman to score a double century in ODI format, whereas he achieved this in the year 2010 by scoring 200 runs against South Africa. Whereas India's Rohit Sharma is a batsman with only 3 double centuries in the ODI cricket so far. This is how the complete stat in the world, like we have Sharma, Mr. Sharma, then we have Martin Guptill, Virendra Sehwag, Chris Gale, Fakhar Zaman, Ishan Kishan, RC Sharma, then we have again Sharma, Shubman Gill, Sachin Tendulkar. And these are the years, these are the runs. So very, very important as far as this whole inning is concerned. And this is the end of the series of current affairs here today. So if you have liked the session, kindly press the like button. And if you want to subscribe the channel, kindly do it fast. And also share this video as much as possible so that my campaign of spreading the current affair, it should not go in vain. Thank you guys. Take care. And yes, if you want to give any suggestion, your suggestions are welcome. Thank you.